Price and Lee Smith. Dan Murray, John Magrin the pot forwards, Scott Moore is at hooker, and your second row forwards Colton Roach and Kevin Leroy, the loose forward James Bentley, and on the interchange bench it is going to be McCarney, Kirk, Peltier and Aledzki. The referee is from Castleford, it's Andy Sweet. The last 3 games he's took charge involving the Bulls have seen 2 red cards and 7 players sent to the sin bin as it's got a little bit tetchy and impetuous. So the restart from Brambani is going to be fielded by Murray. Tackle 1, game on here at Odsall. Bradford in the red, amber and black, and white shorts playing from right to left, so they will play towards the South Bank side in this first half. Batley will play towards the Rewley Lane terracing, which once again is shut, and Bradford have come up with an error on tackle number 1 as Dan Murray in his haste to play the ball has played it incorrectly, and it will be a scrum, head and feet to Batley. 25 out from the Bradford try line, not the start, Carl, that they beat it and Jeff would have wanted.
Everything we spoke about Bradford Bulls not doing, I've just done in one play and just give Batley, a gifted Batley, 70 metres of the field.
Early pressure then for Bradford to repel as Batley come down this middle channel, and that is going to be Gledhill. Gledhill wrapped up in a 3-man tackle, turned on his back. It'll delay the play of the ball. The back 15 out from the Rewley Lane terracing, attacking the Bradford line as a neat little layoff there from Tom Holmes on the angle to Manning, and he's going to be brought down just to the left-hand side of the sticks. Quick play of the ball. Day in at dummy half as gives it to Leake, goes along, some neat hands, back to Brambani. Brambani swarmed upon there by Moore and Murray in defence. Quick play the ball by Brambani. Leake with a bit of a hospital pass out of dummy half. It's been dumped on this main stand side, and it is going to be Macaulay Hallett who gets to his feet and will play the ball. It is the last tackle for the Bulldogs. Crossfield kick from Brambani, 20 out, and it is going to be Scott Moore who's lost the ball, and Batley are going to claim a try. I'm not exactly certain who has touched this ball down for the Bulldogs, but we've had less than a minute on the clock. The touch judge has stood his ground. Andy Sweet has stopped the clock. He's going to disallow the try to the Bulldogs. Ironic cheers from the Bulls faithful. Scott Moore took it, lost it, went backwards, and I think his decision is going to be knock on by the Bulldogs before it got to the try line. So a relieving scrum for the Bulls. We've had 90 seconds gone. Bulls nil, Bulldogs nil.
Well, that's get out of jail there. I thought Joel Farrell had scored a perfectly good try, but the linesman who is a long way away saw something we couldn't see.
Well, Cal thought it was a try. I must admit it happened in a blink of an eye, but Bradford really shaky as more supporters still coming in through the turnstiles. Big crowd here at Odsall this afternoon. This is going to be Magrin out of dummy half, and he's up to his own 20-metre mark, 30 shy of halfway over on the far stand side. It goes more to Thomas. Thomas, though, in heavy Batley traffic, loses the ball, although it's been stolen, says referee Andy Sweet. Bradford cannot afford to come up with error after error. They've already come up with error number 1 in this match. That a relieving penalty, 30 out from their own try line. It should see Lee Smith find touch over halfway. Well, he's just shy of halfway, but they're going to have a full set, Carl. What do they need to do here?
They need to get in the game, carry the ball strong, get comfortable with it, get to the kick, and try and put some pressure on his Batley defensive line.
Colton Roach plays the ball, 40 out from the Batley posts. Down the middle goes Magrin. 2 tackles gone. Bradford 30 out from that Batley line in centre field. Magrin plays the ball. It goes to Moore at dummy half to Price. Price linking qualities to Thomas. Thomas along the line to Oates. Oates breaks the 10 to the 5. Ross Oates to the line. Dives over in the corner. That was telepathic play from the Bradford Bulls. Batley exposed. Bulls 4. Bulldogs no score. 2.5 on the clock.
A nice, well-worked set play try by the old stager Leon Price. Little play from Scott Moore, jumps out of the ruck. Little miss-out play to Leon Price, who creates an hole for Ross Oates to go in, who went over Don Brambani and scored a try from 15 metres out. Great start by the Bulls in their first proper possession.
That's going to be a bit of a gut-wrencher for Diskin. The penalty, the no try, then the penalty. He'll be really disappointed with how his side have responded, but credit to the Bradford Bulls. They managed to go in between Hallett and Retty, and as Carl said, blistering pace from Ross Oates there to touchdown for try number 4 of the season.
Yeah, Diskin will be disappointed because it was a soft try to give away. They should have been defended, but you know, credit to where credit's due, and Ross Oates made it difficult for the Batley defender to get hold of him, and he showed good pace, strength and awareness to put the ball down over his head to score the 4-pointer.
Oscar Thomas then, 2 from 2 last week in the capital, kicking at 93% in 2017, the best marksman in the championship. This 5 in from the main stand side, left booted, over the black dot, that sails. It's another 2 points to the Bulls, and it is Bradford 6, Batley Bulldogs 0, Providence scoreboard, 4 minutes gone.
2 minutes ago we said it's the worst possible start the Bulls could have had by dropping the ball on play 1, nearly conceding a try in the Batley's first possession, and they end up 6-0 up with 4 minutes gone. What a start.
Well, he did say they've had a good hard week of training behind them, and this is a massive opportunity to put the wrongs of last week right against Batley this afternoon in this big, feisty, fiery West Yorkshire derby. So from the restart, Bradford via Colton Roach, 15 shy of halfway to the left-hand side of centre field. Roach gets to his feet, shrugs off Dane Manning, plays the ball, more along the line to Bentley. Bentley there to the try scorer Oakes, and Oakes is wrapped up on the halfway line. 2 tackles gone. Bradford inside the Batley half. More along the line to Price. Price to Murray. Murray takes 3 Batley players out of that defensive line. One of those is Joel Farrell, who races back. Price is going to kick early on the 3rd. It's going to go high and long. A tester for Scott, the Scottish international. Takes it 5 out from his line, and he's going to meet James Bentley 15 out from his own try line in centre field. So a good set of 6, and we've just seen the game management there from Price, just turning Batley around.
Absolutely, and then they ask questions on the edge. A nice little pass play from James Bentley. And when they're asking questions, the most important thing is they completed the set and got to the end, turned the ball around 80 metres away from their try line.
We've had 5.5 gone, and it is Bradford 6, Batley 0. And Batley 30 out from their own try line, 20 in from that far stand side as Farrell fronts up, and he's going to be brought down on the 4th tackle, 10 shy of halfway in centre field. It's a quick play of the ball. Leake tries to attack the Bradford markers, appealing for a penalty. Andy Sweet unmoved, will give the penalty. James Bentley coming at the side and just stole the ball. Dan Murray also in there. Penalty count locked up at 1 apiece early doors, and a chance for Bram Barney to take Batley 30 out from the Bradford line. They're attacking the Rooney Lane terracing in this first half. 7 gone. The trail 6 points to 0 after an early try from Ross Oakes, converted by Oscar Thomas. 20 out now from that Bradford Bulls try line. It goes Bram Barney to Mayer. Well, Mayer is wrapped up just to the left-hand side of the sticks. Batley looking to make it 3 wins on the bounce as they move the ball from Bram Barney to Holmes. Holmes over on the far stand side manages to get in out of the tackle, and Brad Day's going to get to his feet, play the ball, and it's going to be a charge over the line from Alistair Leake, and he's caught the Bradford markers wanting at Batley. It's an immediate response here at Odsall. It is Bulls 6, Bulldogs 4, 7 on the clock.
Soft try. Bradford's markers just totally clocked off. They thought the danger was gone. And Alistair Leake is very, very quick out of the ruck, and he just dived over for a metre out. Jeff Tuvey will be absolutely devastated by that. An awful try to concede. But what's happened so far is penalty, try. Penalty, try. The team who's what keeps discipline and creates the least number of errors is going to win this game. Both teams defensively look vulnerable.
Well, I didn't quite have the stats for Batley, Cal, but after 5 rounds, Bradford have conceded 55 penalties. They've only forced 4 goal line dropouts, and they've come up with 73 errors. That is absolutely horrific reading, but, you know, there is the mitigating factors of it is literally men v boys, and there's with a couple of senior players. But it is going to be a difficult conversion attempt for Bram Barney. 20 out, 5 in from touch. That one, though, sails effortlessly between the sticks. We're all locked up here at the Providence Stadium, Odsall. The Providence scoreboard says Bradford 6, Batley 6. We've had 7 minutes gone on the clock, and I think this could be a bit of a high-scoring one, Cal.
Yeah, Bram Barney's a very smart player. No, a Whipsy boy as well. We wanted to do really, really well today. No, I signed Don Bram Barney at the Bulls in my first spell as a junior. A great player. And he'll get this manage and marshal this Batley team around the park.
Thomas with the restart, goes high and long, deep into the corner. It's taken there by Scott, back on the inside, and there's going to be a bit of a bell ringer there from Scott Moore. Magrin and Roach attacking the legs, and Batley 10 out from their own try line. There's a bit of entanglement in that ruck as they get to the feet and play the ball. And here's the try scorer, Alistair Leake, once again going straight down the middle, catching the Bulls defence unaware, and he's made 15 metres forward there, as Batley have got a bit of a spurt on here, looking to really take the game to the Bulls after conceding that early try. Leak along the line in centre field to Holmes. Holmes to Farrell. Farrell brought down by Leroy just shy of the halfway line. That's tackle number 4. And Batley on the own 48 metre mark. Leaking at dummy half, gives it there to Holmes. Holmes to Gledhill. Gledhill up and over halfway, 5 metres inside the Bradford half, centre field. Last tackle, there's a bit of a sloppy play of the ball, but the referee says it's good to go. Leak at dummy half, gives it there to Tom Holmes. Tom Holmes goes high, difficult one for Thomas. Thomas taken out in the air, a penalty all day long. Very foolish there from Batley. You could see Oscar Thomas was going to leap as high as a kite, took it from the clouds, and he's come down on his own 20, and he's been taken out in the air. So penalty to Bradford. I don't think you could complain about that one, Carl.
No, Macaulay tackled him. It's a poor mistake, and again, Diskin will not be happy, but gives the Bulls a chance again. They're in Batley's half on play 1.
Yeah, Lee Smith will tap it. Magwin takes it in. Tackle number 1. Quick play of the ball. Gets to his feet. Plays the ball. Scott Moore in at dummy half. Back down this middle channel. Batley's defence, there's 4 defenders there in that tackle. Moore in at dummy half, options to his right. Finds Price. Price along the line to Leroy. Leroy puts the fend in but can't get past Hallett, and Hallett drags him down just shy of the Batley 20. Quick play of the ball from the Bulls. It goes Moore down the middle to Murray. Murray meets heavy traffic just outside the Batley 10. 2 tackles remaining on this set from the Bulls. Moore forward to Thomas. Thomas to Roach. It's gone a mile forward. Almost first down-esque, and it will be scrum head and feed to Batley. And just Carl, when Bradford are purring, they're getting that momentum and that consistency. They come up with a crucial coach-killing error. Error number 3 of the afternoon.
They actually had the Batley team all over the place then. It was poor levels of skill and concentration and awareness by Oscar Thomas. Just let Batley off the hook when the try was begging there.
Yeah, we're looking at the body language of both Oakes and Ryan on this main stand wing, the left edge, the homegrown left edge, and they were looking a little bit frustrated because they thought they had Batley, the upper edge on Batley, and now Batley have come up with a forward pass after Leak throws it marginally past the momentum line to Gledhill, and Gledhill picks the ball up, dumps it in the turf with his disgust. And that was a very flat pass, and it will be scrum. Advantage to the Bulls, 25 out from the Batley line.
Yeah, the quality's not great at the moment, is it, Mick? It's poor play by both sets of players. Poor play.
It's got to be said, a lot of pressure. Never eases up in the Championship. You've got to fight hard, tooth and nail, for all points. Smith takes the ball out of the scrum, gives it to Oakes. Oakes is wrapped up, 20 out from the Batley try line. Left of centre field, they go back down the middle, former Featherstone front row forward, and that is going to be Roach, wrapped up, 10 out from the Batley line, under the shadow of the sticks. Moore, short crisp pass on the outside to Murray. Murray down the middle, trying to reach out and score, can't, dumped on his back. 2 tackles remaining, Bradford 2 metres shy of the line. Moore, it's gone behind Price. Thomas has to race back to recover the ball, which he does, but the Bulls are playing the ball on the Batley 20, and now the referee's put whistle to lips, and he's going to say penalty to Batley because Oscar Thomas didn't play the ball correctly. So once again, Carl, Bradford, they've had ball in hand, really looking to take the game and the edge to Batley. They've come up with the error, and then they've conceded the penalty, and now Batley will have a full set of 6 on the halfway line.
Yeah, poor play by Scott Moore, who makes the pass. It goes 10 metres behind the intended receiver, and Oscar Thomas regathers a loose ball and then doesn't play the ball properly, which is a schoolboy error, so it's a double whammy for Oscar Thomas, which is just gifted. And I'm sick of saying this, Batley field position. 12
minutes gone. Providence scoreboard says Bulls 6, Bulldogs 6. Batley just outside the Bradford 20. 2 tackles remaining. Leak over on the fast hand side finds Holmes. Holmes bullet pass to Scott. Scott drops the shoulder. Thought about the pass to Haywood, but takes the tackle, 15 out. This is tackle number 4 coming up. Leak gives it to Day. Day, thunderous drive forward, wrapped up on the last, 8 shy of the Bradford line. Leak trying to get a double. Can he reach out and score? Referee Andy Sweet has a look, says held up. It'll be an exchange of possession. Bradford a relieving play the ball, 10 out from their own line, 14 gone, still locked up at 6 apiece, and Bradford really need to be engaged around the ruck because, for my liking, Alistair Leak making too much metres forward.
He is very quick out of there, and Bradford's marker's not set, and it's making it very easy for him.
Bradford then, from the play the ball, 10 out from their own line, they're down the middle, up to the 20 with Magrin. Quick play the ball, it goes out to Price to Bentley. What can Bentley do? Bentley flattened there by Smeaton. Brambani in over the top. And the youngster gets to his feet and plays the ball, 25 out from his own line. Here goes Oakes. Oakes to Price. Price to Ryan. Ryan up and over halfway. And he's passed on the inside to Bentley and Oakes, but they weren't there. It was picked off by Smeaton, and Batley have the ball back. It's the 5th error from the Bulls, and we haven't had 15 minutes yet. Batley back in possession, but neat little play from Price out of dummy half. He tried to catch Batley astray on this main stand side. Ethan Ryan was herring away. He was going into touch because Retty was backtracking him, and I think he had no option, Carl, but to pass on the inside.
Yeah, Liam Price didn't like that as well. Absolutely berated the young flying winger. Ethan Ryan was going to go into touch anyway, so he's better try to keep the ball alive than dying with it.
Batley, a chance over on the far stand side. 20 out from the Bradford line on the 5th and last, leaking at dummy half to Holmes. Holmes peppers one behind the Bradford line. It's been touched by a Bradford leg. It was Leroy's leg, and it is back in possession with the Bulldogs, and this will be zero tackle. More in defence all over the top there of Macaulay Hallett, and it is a penalty to Batley, their 3rd of the afternoon, and it will be tapped. 10 out. They're not going for 2, they're going for 4. Here goes Farrell. Farrell on the diagonal, draws in Price, draws in Murray, offloads the ball, tackle not complete. Batley trying to squeeze in at the corner. They're not going to go because Ethan Ryan and Oakes, the 2 homegrown talented in defence though, they bring him down. Quick play the ball. In at dummy half. Here goes Brambani. Nice little flick on, reverse pass to Gledhill. Gledhill takes 3 Bradford players nearly over the line with him, and Gledhill will play the ball. 20 in from this main stand side, offloads the ball to Farrell. Farrell's touched the ball down. James Bentley's going to try and say he put his arm under it. Andy Sweet points the finger. It's a 2nd try of the afternoon for the Batley Bulldogs. That looked contentious.
I thought it was a try. He reached out. Manning offloads the ball first, hits and spins in the tackle. Joel Farrell, short on squat, just drived over and put his arm out and put the ball down, bang on the line, and I thought it was a fair try. But again, a cheap turnover, a cheap penalty, cheap errors by the Bradford Bulls, just gifting Batley field position. And you just can't keep doing this because it's going to eventually hurt you, and it's hurting them with tries on the board. Bradford are their own worst enemies at the moment. Again, as we keep saying, week in, week out, which will be very frustrating for the coach.
Carl, 16 minutes gone. They're trailing just by 4 at the minute as Brambani lines his conversion attempt up. They've already given 3 penalties away and come up with 5 errors now. You know, perhaps we're being a little bit harsh on them, but ultimately, if that continues, we're going to end up with a similar situation or as last week, where you've given away 10 penalties, 16 errors, and Batley have had an extra 10 sets of 6.
Teams will not show the Bradford Bulls sympathy because they're in a tough position. They want to come here in front of a massive crowd, we keep saying 5,000 crowd it looks like, and put a show on. This is every team's cup final to come to Horsell Stadium, and it's very, very sad that these young Bradford players at the moment are not quite mentally strong enough to handle the occasion, and that's what's happening. No, it's not quality, it's a concentration span of making the error after error. And once they eliminate that, there'll be a far better team.
Well done, Brambani, the former Dewsbury and Sheffield half, now at Batley. Converts from the right-hand touchline, and that takes the score with 16 and a half gone in round 6 at the Providence Stadium. Also to Bradford 6, Batley 12. Thomas then with the restart. Bradford did have an early 6-0 lead after 3 minutes after a try from Oakes, converted by Thomas, but since then the jitters, the sort of Jekyll and Hyde nature of the side's performance has come to the fore, and already 5 errors in this one, but they're doing a good defensive stint and really working hard in defence, restricting Batley after 3 tackles to just 15 metres. Leaking at dummy half. He's going to give it on this main stand side to Manning. Certainly a huge capture for the Batley Bulldogs in the off-season. Leak to Farrell. Farrell wrapped up, 15 shy of halfway, and it's going to be a very slow pedestrian play the ball as it goes out from Leak.
They're just smashing through the Bradford's middle of Batley at the moment, just pounding through the middle of the field.
Mayer on the last then. gives it to Brambani. Brambani tries to put one between Campbell and Thomas. Campbell comes in from his wing position and he's brought down 25 out from his own line. We've had 18 minutes gone. Providence scoreboard at Bradford 6, Batley 12. Ethan Ryan out of dummy half in centre field. Is just alleviating the burden on those prop forwards, and this is going to be Campbell. So Bradford saving the energy now in this attacking raid for a big solid defensive set, but they're up and over halfway via Magrin. Oledzki just on the field, and a huge impact there from the 18-year-old Polish international. On loan from Leeds, gets to his feet, plonks the ball down. 35 out from the Batley line. Price on the inside to Thomas. Thomas going forward, just brought down. 20 out from the Bulldogs line. Gets to his feet, plays the ball, last tackle, Moore picks it up, kicks high. Dave Scott will take that from the clouds in his own in goal, tap on the 20. Poor option from the Bulls there. A bit of disjointedness though, Carl. There was no real direction of who was orchestrating what.
Lee Smith was blocked out, couldn't get the pass to him, so Scott Moore, for me, that's classed as an error, because he's kicked the ball and it's landed in the in goal, and the full, which has gifted Batley 20 metres. Poor finish to a quite exciting sequence there.
Batley, 10 shy of halfway. It is going to be Hallett. 2 tries last week in that 22-18 victory against Swinton. Up and over halfway inside the Bradford half now. Here goes Leake. Campbell comes in, so too does Roach. And it's going to be Oledzki and Moore who finally bring him down. An early kick out of dummy half from Brambani. Turning around Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan on his own try line. Has to get past Retty. And he's done well there, Ethan Ryan, because they were hoping to bundle Ethan Ryan back over his own try line and force a goal line dropout. The crowd now getting on the back of the officials because Oscar Thomas is brought down on tackle 2. 8 out from his own line, and Bradford struggling for momentum and then go forward. Here goes James Bentley. Quick play the ball. Tearing away goes Campbell. Campbell can use Mendeka. Finds Mendeka on the far stand side. In fact, it's Kevin Leroyer, I believe. He'll play the ball. It is Leroyer. Wins the penalty there. And it is going to be a relieving penalty for the Bulls. Diskin over on the far stand side looks absolutely filthy, because that was heading towards the last tackle and the penalty count locked up at 3 penalties apiece. What can Bradford do here, Cal?
It was play 5, and I think, Bradford found a weakness then, a chink in Batley's defence right on the edge, and Kevin Leroyer came up with a really, really nice play to create the penalty.
Tapped on the halfway line. Bradford via Murray to Moore. Moore to Oledzki. Oledzki driving forward, went past Farrell. Put the big don't argue in, and Bradford 20 out from the Batley line. 20 minutes to go in this first half. They're trailing 12 points to 6. More to Murray again. Murray wrapped up. 10 out now from the Batley line. More to Price. Price to bring the house down. Can't reach out and put the ball down. It was a last gasp tackle there from Lillycrop. 4th tackle. More across the post. Oledzki underneath the sticks. Can he touch the ball down? No, he can't. Dave Scott comes in, wraps the big Polish prop up, and he can't reach out and score. They go back to the 10 to the Bradford Bulls, and it will be the 5th and last. So he'll play the ball. It goes from Moore to Smith. Smith peppers one in, and Bradford have knocked the ball on over the line, and I think it was James Mendeka, Carl. Chance gone begging. Error number 6. Batley quickly tapping on the 20.
Great kick by Lee Smith, put the ball in the right area, and James Mendeka dives over the ball and knocks it on to give Batley a 20-metre restart.
That has to go down as a huge, huge chance gone begging. Bradford, though, they'll look to set their defensive stall out on the halfway line. Batley coming forward in earnest. We've got 18 minutes remaining in this first half. Bulls 6, Bulldogs 12 on the Providence scoreboard as Brambani floats it out to Holmes over on the far stand side, and he's got a little drink in his step, and he'll be swarmed upon by 2 Bulls defenders, Mendeka and Leroyer, although he's managed to offload in the ball in the tackle as Holmes, and it will be finally brought down there by Macaulay Hallett. So Hallett will play the ball. 30 out from the Bradford line. Quick play the ball down the middle to Lillycrop. Lillycrop like a bowling ball, defending off the Bulls players, swatting them away, and it is Leroyer and Mendeka in defence, but back come Batley. Lateral passing across the face of the Bulls line. Retty in the corner. Retty to beat Price and Thomas. Leon Price, that wasn't a tackle. And Leon Price could be in trouble. Was that a trip, Carl?
I thought it was a trip.
It will stop the clock.
Definitely put his leg out.
Andy Sweet has stopped the clock. It is a penalty to Batley on the Bradford try line. I thought it was Leon Price doing Strictly Come Dancing there, Carl, but he is going to say penalty, and Leon is very lucky to stay on the field. We'll get Carl's thoughts after this attack from the Batley Bulldogs. It's quickly tapped by Smeaton. Smeaton on his knees. Can he reach out? No, he can't. Thomas distraps that ball carrying arm, but he'll play the ball a metre shy of the Bradford line. In at dummy half is Leake. Along the line to Brambani. They're going to stretch the Bradford Bulls on the far stand side, can they? It's a bit of a hospital pass. It is Mike Haywood, and Haywood brought down there, ball and all tackle by Johnny Campbell. Quick play the ball. It's going to be picked up by Hallett. Hallett across the face of the sticks. He's now crashed flat bang. Thank you, man, from Bentley. Quick play the ball on the third. It goes to Brambani. Brambani loses his footing in the Odsal turf. Plays the ball on the fourth. 5 out from the Bradford line. They're going to try and score in the corner with Retty. Retty's knocks the ball on there, has it? The crowd saying yes. Referee says no. Play continues. Last tackle, says Andy Sweet. Batley 2 metres shy of the Bradford line. Leaking at dummy half. It goes to Brambani. He peppers one in. Thomas safe hands. Takes the ball. Bradford live to fight another day, and he'll be wrapped up 10 out from his own try line. Carl, exciting passage of play. It's still 12 points to 6. Leon Price lucky to be on the field.
Massive pressure, firstly by the Batley Bulldogs. Great tenacity and desire by the Bulls to keep them out. But back in the day when I was playing, that's an automatic red card for Leon Price. But the rules probably got a little bit soft. But Leon Price is very, very lucky boy.
Peltier on for Lee Beattie's side and makes a huge immediate impact up to the halfway line. Quick play the ball, it goes to Oledsky. Oledsky with good hands and good legs, and he drives forward, and he's wrapped up on the last 15 inside the Batley half. It's certainly a bit more quality to it, this one, as we approach the final 15. Bradford trailing as Leon Price puts the kick in the air. Was he taken out late? Both touch judges say no. Leon's down on the floor. He hasn't moved, hasn't Leon? And the touch judge might come on as the referee stops the clock. Carl, I think Leon was genuinely taken out late there.
I don't think there's anything wrong with him.
Okay.
I think Leon Price is using his wealth of experience to try and win a penalty.
Well, the touch judge has come on now. And what's the referee's decision going to be?
It was Glenelg who touched him. I don't think it's a penalty. I think it should be just play on.
The voice of reason, Carl Harrison, the former Great Britain international. I think you've got it spot on there, Carl.
Thank you.
Leon, look at Leon.
Nothing wrong with
absolutely
him.
Filthy with a touch judge on this main size. He wants to be careful.
Leon's tried to win a penalty there, which professionalism at its very, very best, should we say.
Well, there was contact, and now perhaps this is justice, perhaps this is karma, as Batley, as the play finally continues, they've come up with an error via Joe Farrell, and it will be a scrum head and feet to Bradford, 20 out from the Batley line. Perhaps that might be a bit of justice and karma.
This is great opportunity for the Bulls now to start in a sequence, bang on the 20-metre line. Let's see what they can do here. See what the old two-timers can conjure up here, Price and Smith.
25 gone, 15 remaining. Bradford 6, Batley 12. A scrum to the Bulls, 20 out from the Batley line. Over on the fast-hand side, it goes Smith to Leroyer, and Leroyer in turn will feed it there to, not sure who that was, it was Mendeka. Mendeka gets to his feet, quickly plays the ball, and it will be Peltier on the charge. Bradford rampaging forward. Who can pirouette the way past the line? It goes to Roach. Roach not going to try his evasive skills, he's going to try his brute force. Can't reach out. Tackle number 3 gone. Bradford a metre shy of the line. It goes to Moore, to Price, to Leroyer. He scored last week against the London Broncos, and he's got a double here against the Bulldogs. Second try, and it's Bradford 10, Batley 12. Kick to come from the right hand side of the sticks.
Well worked try, great power, great explosiveness from Leroyer there to barge his way over 2 Batley players, as though a nice 4-pointer right at the side of the right upright. There's a Bradford player down. I think it's Colton Roach who's down getting treatments, and he doesn't look too good. Looks like a physio and doctor looking at his ankle. Let's hope he's all right. He's having a good game as Roach.
It is indeed Colton Roach. That was Kevin Leroyer, the 28-year-old Frenchman, born and raised in Toulouse, spells at Toulouse himself, Catalans, going to Hulkeston Rovers, Castleford. He's done the rounds in the latter part of his career, currently on loan, on a season-long loan, and certainly explosive running style there, Carl, to just literally take 4 Batley defenders over the line with him.
Firstly, he's got to be brave to catch that, because Scott Moore had got the ball and ran out of the ruck and played right the leg. So Kevin Leroy is at full pace, having to catch a ball in the defensive line at the same time as he's getting tackled. And that takes some bravery to do that, and scored a great try, which he fully deserved.
Oscar Thomas then, 5 metres to the right-hand side of the sticks, 15 metres out, 2 from 2 attempts, and the Providence scoreboard in the 27th minute says Bradford Bulls 12, the Batley Bulldogs 12. Leroy a try last week, he's backed it up here at Odsall, his first try at Odsall since his loan started, and Bradford back in this one. And certainly, Carl, as professionals, you do have to pick yourselves up, and that was a good time to respond for the Lee Beattie, Jeff Tuvey Bulls.
As we just said, Batley, through their indiscipline and error mistakes, had gifted the Bulls field position. We said before that set started this was a massive chance for the Bulls to score a try, and no, they did.
From the restart, Ethan Ryan on the second tackle. He's wrapped up 30 out from his own try line. Defence from Lillicrop and Manning coming in. It's going to go out to Bentley. Bentley caught high. That was a late trailing arm there by Sam Smeaton. He immediately pats Bentley on the back and apologises, and it will be a penalty to the Bradford Bulls. The 8th of the first half, 4 penalties apiece. 10 shy of halfway. Liam Price's ball in hand is going to give it to Lee Smith, and Lee Smith's going to find touch inside the Batley half, and Bradford will tap it. 45 out from the Bulldogs line.
The Bulls are on a bit of a roll here, though, actually, causing Batley all sorts of problems. Just by running hard, play the ball quickly.
It's going to be tapped there by Roach. Roach to Peltier. Peltier plays the ball left to centre field. Down the middle goes Roach, and he's back on his feet, although he's got strapping around the forehead. Quick play the ball, 25 out. Back on the diagonal goes Peltier, using those big, strong legs, driving Bradford forward, closer towards that Batley line. They're 15 out on tackle free. Price to Bentley, show and go to Price. Price to Oakes. Oakes along the line. Oakes is going to be wrapped up. A metre shy of the line in the corner. Retty come in, so 2 Manning. Quick play the ball. The 10 out, lateral pass back into centre field. Aledzki, barnstorming run. Brought down 2 shy. More to pinch one to Bentley. Quick play the ball. It was a power play try, and the Bulls have retaken the lead. It's Bradford Bulls 16. It's Batley Bulldogs 12, and that was homegrown player James Bentley's 4th try of 2017.
A carbon copy, and exactly a carbon copy of the Kevin Leroy try just a minute ago. James Bentley takes a short ball right the line from a nice little pass by Scott Moore and uses brute force and ignorance and bravery to score at the side of the left upright this time. Great try, the Bulls. But again, in discipline by the Bulldogs, gifting them position.
Oh boy, what a pendulum swinger this has been. Do you attribute that, Carl, to the introduction of Peltier and Aledzki? Because to me, since Peltier and Aledzki have come on, they've had that momentum, that traction, and they've had that go forward.
Well, without being rude, McGrain did nothing in the game. He had no involvements in the game, and Peltier's come on and made an instant impact on Aledzki. So, yeah, good decision by the coach, an interim coach, to make that decision.
Thomas. Not missed from his first 2 conversion attempts from both Oakes and Leroy.
I bet he doesn't miss this one as well.
This one just 5 metres to the left-hand side of the sticks. 10 out, straight over that red, amber and black dot. And the Providence scoreboard with 10 minutes remaining in the first half says Bulls 18, Batley 12. We're almost going at a point a minute for both sides. I think we're going to have a bit of a high-scoring feast here, Carl.
A double substitute for the Bulldogs. I think we are, because neither team can defend their own try line at the moment. The team who gets in the opponent's 20 is going to win this game because they can't defend the line.
Referee's just going to stop the clock. Leake and Farrell go off. Who's coming on, Carl?
That's Southern Woods and Bretherton.
So Matt Diskin making a double change with 10 minutes to go to half-time. We'll go through all the half-time scores and some more. Ask Carl questions, keep them coming in. Use that BCB Bulls hashtag and we'll ask Carl Harrison all your questions at half-time. Bradford, though, 18-12 up. They've come up with error number 7 of the first half, and it is a knock-on at dummy half, 20 out from their own line. And at the risk of a Steve-oism, we see this week in, week out in loads of games, Carl. They get the try, they're full of adrenaline, and they come up with the error.
and when they turned it over in their 20. What's going to happen? There's going to be a Batley try.
Well, let's see.
That's how the game's worked out so far.
Let's see if Bradford, though, can put up some defensive resolve. Dave Scott with ball in hand, wrapped up, loses a couple of metres, 25 out from the Bradford line, 10 in from this main stand side. Retty in at dummy half, gives it there to Manning, former Halifax man, meets Peltier. Peltier crashes him down to the turf, and it's another quick play of the ball. Breverton in at dummy half, on the angle, finds Lillicrop. Lillicrop brought down there by Magrin, who's returned for the final 9.5 minutes of this first half. Bradford leading 18 points to 12. There's a neat little charge there from Brad Days, extinguished. Thomas comes in at the side with Valetsky. Batley on top of that Bradford line, 5 out. That's touched Mendeka's hand. Johnny Campbell goes herring away, but that was quite clearly touched by Mendeka. Another scrum to Batley and more pressure for Bradford to absorb. Another error in the error count from the Bulls, but perhaps Mendeka didn't quite have to go for that, Carl.
He took the gamble and he stopped the play, because if that pass goes past him, it is a try. So he actually thinks he's done a good play there, Mendeka, but it has gifted Batley another set of 6, starting this time 10 metres out.
Brambani along the line from the scrum to Scott. Scott on the angle, wrapped up by Oakes and Bentley. 10 in from this main stand side, 10 away from the line. Smeaton's going to try and show and go, can't get past Price, and he's wrapped up 5 out. Second tackle gone in this set of 6. Batley having a chance to level the scores up with 8 minutes to go to half time. On the angled run from the dummy half pass from Breverton goes Manning. Manning wrapped up, 2 out from the Bradford line under the shadow of the sticks. Holmes in at dummy half, Bullock pass out to Southernwood, Southernwood on the angle, and the referee's going to give another penalty to the Bulldogs, their 5th of the afternoon. It's incurring the wrath of the Bull supporters. They're not happy. He's going to say over on the far stand side, they were just inside the 10, and here's a big man to make a big impact. Alex Rowe, first play of the ball. He's 5 out from the Bradford line, and it's going to be a quick one. Out to Scott on that far stand side. Can't get past Leroya though, and he's brought down 5 metres shy. 7.5 minutes remaining. This is a third successive set of 6 for the Bulldogs. Bradford though defending for the lives. Lillicrop over the line, and he's brought down just inside the field of play. Good tackle there by Lee Smith. The wind picking up, the pressure picking up from the Bulldogs on the balls. Southernwood to Brambani, out it goes to Smeaton. Smeaton's going to score in the corner. Leon Price and Ethan Ryan, they're going to have harsh words with one another in the background. There was an almighty hole there, and in chimed Sam Smeaton, and it's a third try for the Bulldogs after 3 successive sets of 6. The Bulls couldn't hold them out, and it's going to be a kick from Brambani on this main stand touchline to lock us all up at 18-18.
Just the amount of possession inside the Bulls' 20 metre, this was just too much for the Bradford defenders. They actually defended every single threat thrown at them. They just had too many tackles to do it. And I feel a bit sorry because young Ethan Ryan was a little bit exposed then, but Sam Smeaton is an experienced player at his level and just ran straight over him to score a 4-pointer in the corner. Difficult kick to come. Just when the Bulls got him back into the game, an unforced error again. Just turns the tap off. Instead of putting the pressure on, just relieve the pressure cooker.
Yeah, going back to that mental discipline, and you certainly hope that, and this is not me being negative for negative sakes, but as the season continues, you've got to hope that the Bradford Bulls do learn these lessons from coming up with these needless, silly errors, because all they're doing is just putting themselves under more pressure, and these Batley attacking raids sapping more out of that fatigue tank. From the touchline, we are locked up. Brambani converts. So both Thomas and Brambani have their kicking boots at the Providence Stadium Odsal this afternoon. It's 18 points apiece, and we've got 6 minutes to go to half time. 36 points already in, well, how would you describe the first half, Carl? It has been entertaining, but at times
it's been an entertaining game.
It's been
one good to commentate on. Lots of errors, lots of penalties. Some really, really nice tries, and in between that, some good play.
Certainly would make good for a TV spectacle. But you've got BCB 106.6 FM. Mick Liddell, Carl Harrison, brought to you by Provident Financial, supporting Bull supporters home and away. And it is a run of 3 consecutive home games for the Bulls, so they'll be hopefully looking to take 2 points here this afternoon, beat Featherstone in the Cup, and then the big one against Dewsbury, a bit of a relegation 4-pointer. That will be imperative. We'll go through the latest scores at half-time to see how Dewsbury, Halifax and Hulkiston Rovers are getting on away at Dewsbury. But Batley on the restart, they're up and over halfway as Holmes in at dummy half gives it to the big man, Alex Rowe, and Alex Rowe's wrapped up on the last tackle then. So Batley have made 60 metres on the restart. They're 40 out from the Bradford line. Tom Holmes in at dummy half, kicks one through to Thomas. Thomas, it comes off the knees, and Thomas is trapped. 5 out from his own line, and there's no one really ready to take this play the ball because Bradford very pedestrian, this walking back slowly.
Can't get back.
They look absolutely out on the feet in this closing 5 minutes of this first half. It has been intoxicating. 18 points apiece at the Providence Stadium, Odsal. Bradford and Batley serving up a huge championship classic. Magrin on the angled run, fends the Batley players off like flies and takes them up to the 30. Here goes Leon Price. Price has lost the ball. It's come off a Batley arm, so not back to 6. The fans want back to 6. Andy Sweet says fifth and last. Lee Smith in possession has copped an arm from Rowe, or is it Retty, in the face, and Lee Smith just going to get a little bit of attention. Well, it come off a Batley arm, but
I don't think he played the ball.
Yeah.
He's definitely a Batley player, so it should be back to 0. And then Lee Smith gathers loose ball, carries it, and he gets a whack in the melon by Alex Rowe.
Well, the referee is stopping the clock here, and he's speaking to Kevin Leroyer and the skipper Leon Price. And I think Kevin Leroy he was berating the touch judge on the far stand side. So I think Andy Sweet now is just going to say, look, this has to stop. You know, my decision is final.
But he's French. That's what the French do.
I've interviewed Kevin Leroy.
That's what the French do.
Trust me, you could go in McDonald's and order a Big Mac and fries. From dummy half on the last. It is going to be more to Thomas. Thomas just floats one downfield, and it is going to be left by Scott and picked up by Retty. And Wayne Retty is wrapped up. 15 out from his own try line. 3.5 minutes remaining here at Odsal. 18 points apiece. Oakes, Leroy, Bentley for the Bulls. Leake, Farrell and Smeaton for the Bulldogs. Who's going to strike next? They play the ball on the road 20. It's a short pass on the outside to Rowe. Rowe offloads to the support of Scott, but Scott immediately flattened on. It's a belly flop there from Ross Peltier, who's certainly in contention for man of the match at this stage. He's been everywhere. Moore in at dummy half, and he's going to be adjudged to be inside the 10. Leroyer's losing his cool a little bit. There's more explesancies passed, and the penalty count 6-4 in favour of the Bulldogs as Batley get a relieving penalty and a rewarding one because it's going to take them 25 out from the Bradford line. We've got 3 minutes remaining at the end of this first half. It's going to be tapped by Southernwood. Southernwood to Lillycrop. Lillycrop brought down by Oledzki, and Leroyer in a 2-man tackle. That sort of firiness in this one, it's increasing all the time. It's reaching a crescendo point as Peltier comes in and brings down Rowe. 10 out from the Bradford line. Left hand side of the sticks, Brambani, it goes out to Manning. Manning though, trapped there by the shirt collar by Price. 2 tackles remaining from the Bulldogs. 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Brambani across the face, beats Leroyer. Brambani to the line, no he can't get there. It's a ball and all tackle. Lee Smith come in, try saver, the danger not over. They're on the far stand side as Southernwood floats it out, and this will be the 5th and last for the Bulldogs. They're 5 out from the Bradford line as a crossfield kick comes in from Brambani, looking for Retty. Ethan Ryan takes it. Ethan Ryan with a try saver. He had Smeaton and Retty all over him, and Ethan Ryan, that's almost like scoring a try, takes it from his own try line to the Bradford 10. 90 seconds remaining now. The crowd wanting more penalties. None forthcoming. They will get one at last. Alex Rowe all over the top. Aided and abetted by Brad Day. Bradford's 5th penalty. And it's now 6-5 to the Bulldogs on the count. But crucially, Bradford might have one last hurrah at the end of an explosive first half here at Odsal. It's quickly tapped there by Magrin in fact. Magrin brought down on the halfway line. Quick play the ball by Moore to Oledzki. Are we going to perhaps see some game management and a drop goal, Carl? It could be the difference. It's certainly tight out there.
Keep an eye on Price. See whether they want to take it. Or maybe Lee Smith.
Scott Moore to Peltier. Third tackle gone. 30 out from the Batley post. It goes from Moore to Price. Price to Bentley. Bentley on the angled run. Wrapped up on the fourth. 40 seconds remaining. Thomason at dummy half. Along the line to Magrin. Magrin to Walensky. It is the last tackle. What do Bradford do? 30 seconds remaining. They're going to go for Broke Smith. Kicks one through. They're going to force a goal line dropout and a repeat set. As Southernwood extinguishes the danger, he picks up the loose ball, throws it over the dead ball line. 23 seconds remaining. The clock has stopped because Southernwood's thrown it over the hoardings to where the stock cars currently are on the old speedway track. And a bit of cramp has come in there on Tom Holmes, so it will delay the restart further. Carl, 23 seconds, 2 drives and a drop goal.
That will be the call, wouldn't it? That will be the call.
Batley have only got it up to their own 30. Smith gives it to Walensky. 15 seconds remaining. Leon Price marshalling the balls in centre field. The 20 out. It goes from Moore to Peltier. 8 seconds remaining. This will be the final act of the first half. 18 points apiece. It's Moore in at dummy half. They're going to go for the try again. Moore to Price. Price to Smith. Can it open up for Mendeka? He's offloaded the ball in the tackle. The Bulldogs recover. The chance goes begging. And that brings an end to an excitable 40 minutes of rugby league footy. It is Bradford 18, Batley 18. All square, all level at the break.
He could use every word you wanted to describe that half. It had everything. Loose play, penalties. The Bulls can become household names and taking its great club of Bradford Bulls forward.
Pete Dutton has tweeted in. Thanks for listening, Pete. He says to Carl, who was the worst referee you played under?
Has there ever been a good referee?
You tell me.
No. That's definitely a no comment.
Well, the players are back out for the start of the second half. We're on air till 5 o'clock, so another hour. Let's see if the Bulls can make it 2 wins on the bounce at the Providence Stadium. Odsall, Mick Leddell, Carl Harrison. It is BCB 106.6 FM, and we've got 40 minutes remaining in this one.
I've just had a think about that referee, Carl Kirkpatrick. He was a shocker.
Carl Kirkpatrick now officiating in the other code, yeah?
He is.
So Batley with first use of the ball of the second half, and immediately they're up and over halfway via Wayne Retty. Retty, Thomas to beat. Thomas takes down Retty, and he's brought down 20 out from the Bradford line. So Batley really coming out of the sheds and taking the game to the Bulls. Holmes to Brambarney. Brambarney to Southernwood. Southernwood to Scott. Scott's managed to offload the ball to Hallett. Hallett 10, 8. Loses the ball in the tackle. 5 out from the line. It's gone backwards. Holmes is going to waltz in. He's pirouetted his way past Mendeka and Smith. And that's come about from Batley keeping the ball alive. The ball went backwards in the tackle. 5 out from the Bulls line. It was picked up there and he's gone under the... Well, he's not quite gone under the sticks, but he's gone under unopposed, Carl. Awful defending from the Bulls.
Yeah, very first set. Everything Lee Beattie has spoke about at half-time. They've just forgotten it and come straight out and started the game very, very soft defensively. Batley threw a long pass for Wayne Retty to make the initial line break. It went about 30-40 metres. Oscar Thomas brings him down, and then they were in scramble mode. And Batley just keep the ball in an offload frenzy, and he ends up just scooting as Tom Holmes around the post, should we say, a score at the side of the post, and it's a real soft way. And all the good work the Bulls have done in the first half has just been undone.
As we said, massive afternoon here. Chance for the Bulls to get their survival battle back underway. And Lee Beattie, Jeff Tuvey will not be happy with what they've just seen. Brambarney yet to miss this afternoon. This one, 10 metres to the left-hand side of the sticks. He's brought it back the full 20. And this week, watching on, strikes it with the right. It's just going to... Oh, he's missed it. Well, that could be huge. Come the grand scheme of things. So, Bradford Bulls 18, Batley Bulldogs 22. They'll not be happy, and I guess, Carl, the message you're getting out now with the trainers coming on is it's 0-0 again. You've got to come out with clean heads.
Just start again. Listen, we screwed up. Let's get our heads back on this. Get down there, defend this set, and get the ball back.
Thomas with the restart.
Nice kick.
42 gone in this one. Bit of reverse on the ball as it lands on the Batley 10. Finally comes down on the 15. Someone would have to reach forward to pick it up. And Batley trapped inside their own 20. 2 tackles gone. What can Holmes do at dummy half? It's a short, crisp pass there to Breverton. Breverton strides forward. He's wrapped up 25 short of the Bradford line. Lillicrop in as that second attacking phase for the Bulldogs, and he's wrapped up 10 shy. So 4 tackles approaching as Brambana looks for a 40-20. Ethan Ryan out of position. It's just going to go kindly for Ethan Ryan. Stops it from crossing the touchline, and Ryan will turn defence into attack, and he's swarmed upon on his own 20. So tackle number 1, Bradford's first use of the ball in this second half, and they're played towards the Ruler Lane terracing, and that'll help them. It's a penalty. Oakes was not allowed the hasty play the ball that he wanted, and it is Bradford's 6th penalty of the match. Oscar Thomas finds touch on the halfway line. Batley on their own 40. Huge chance to cancel out that try to Holmes, Carl.
Absolutely. The harder you run, the quicker you can play the ball regularly. You get rewarded for your individual efforts, and that's exactly, they got a penalty through his efforts of trying to play the ball quickly.
Peltier takes the first carry in, the ball tucked under his right arm. Moore to Price, Price to Bentley. Bentley's lost the ball backwards in the tackle. The referee says play on. Price picks it up, gives it to Aledzki. Aledzki going forward, the legs pumping. 10 out from the Batley line. Mikolai Aledzki, a tremendous carry. Smith, Leroyer, lateral movement from the Bulls from centre field towards this main stand side as Leroyer is brought down in this main stand corner, and Batley have given away their second penalty in quick succession. 7-6 the count in favour of the Bulls. Smith's going to tap it. 5 out from the Batley line. It goes to Magrin. Magrin, like a bulldozer, is brought down 2 shy of the Batley chalk underneath the sticks. Moore has options to his left, finds Price, Price to Smith, Smith to Bentley, Bentley trying to crash over the line, and he's going to be held up, is he? But just inside the field of play, referee Andy Sweet having a close look at that one. Carl says go left, they go deep, they're in centre field, they're coming back towards this main stand side. Leroyer, kick through, there's no one there, and Mike Haywood, the Batley winger, will take that on a dinner plate, and he'll ask for more, he'll ask for second helpings of that. That was very poor by Kevin Leroyer.
He wasn't the best player, was it? He's had better players in the game than that. It's just let Batley off the hook there, they have by looseness.
It was almost like you'd gone out to say, you'd gone out with the most expensive rod in the world, you've caught your shark, and it somehow swum off. Anyway, Batley, 4 points advantage. They lead the Bulls 20-18. It stayed dry all afternoon. The sun just trying to peep out from behind the grey clouds above us. Batley in centre field is doing those hard yards forward as an offload is picked up there by Lee Smith, and Lee Smith showing his experience then. I'm almost certain the former Harris Sunderland winner called for the ball. Campbell in at dummy half, floats it out to Bentley. Bentley has broke free. Bentley's just took a stumble on the turf, but he's still going. It's James Bentley. Scored a try in the first half. He's got 4 for the season, and he's wrapped up 30 out from the Batley line, and that's another penalty to the Bradford Bulls. That's 3 in quick succession. Referee Andy Sweet stops the clock, and he will call Brambani, the Batley skipper, and he will say, you've got to improve your discipline.
That's exactly what I will be saying. I think it's a good professional foul by Brambani there. He's just took the heat out of the game, get the Batley line defence set again. That's what smart pros do.
You've got to suspect, Carl, or feel Bradford have to score on this set. It's a 3rd successive attacking raid. They've got to make the count.
They've certainly got to finish the sequence better than they have finished the previous 2.
Kirk to Moore, Moore to Magrin. Magrin still going forward. There's a big strong boy and he's wrapped up. 2 out from the Batley line, just to the right of centre field. It goes from Moore, across the face of the post to Smith. Smith to Price, Price to Oakes, out to Ryan. Ryan in the corner. Oh my God! Is he a trapeze artist in a circus or what? The athleticism perpendicular to the ground, and that right arm has just plonked the ball down in the corner. Unbelievable try, Carl.
You know something, that's probably one of the best finishers I've ever seen. If that's in the NRL or an international, they'll be talking about that and showing it on TV every second of the day, because that's just incredible how he scored. He was second best to score that try, and he leaped in the air and put the ball down while he was in touch. He's just an incredible athleticism and awareness of where the try line was. A natural finisher, Ethan Ryan.
That was scary.
Scary good, Mick.
Ethan Ryan with try number 6 of season 2017, and that takes his try-scoring talent. This is his 20th appearance for the Bradford Bulls, and that is his 25th try. That is some try-scoring record.
Yeah, I spoke to Ethan before the game. I came in the car park at the same time as Ethan did, and I was saying, you can't stop scoring. He said, I'll get one today for you, Carl. And there he has done. That was an outstanding try by a very, very good quality young local Bradford player.
Thomas from the touchline with the left boot. Can we blow it over? It's just gone to the left-hand side as it fades away. So Brambani couldn't convert. Holmes try at the start of the second half. Thomas can't convert Ryan, but oh boy, it should be in the circus, Carl. I think he's in the wrong job. That was absolutely mesmeric. Prodigious talent stuff or what from the youngster. 20 years of age. 2 years ago, he was still putting on the jumper for West Bowling. Thomas out to 3 from 4. We've had 49 minutes gone in this one, 31 remain, and we're locked up once more. Bradford Bulls 22, Batley Bulldogs 22 in a big, massive Kingston Press Championship West Yorkshire thriller. Thomas finds Campbell, and Campbell has ball in hand.
He's played well today, Johnny Campbell. He's played really well.
He's been solid. Thomas now, out of dummy half, third tackle gone, he's up to the Bradford 30. Quick play the ball. Batley could be on the team warning with the next penalty. Scott Moore tries to catch the markers, not square, and he's going to be wrapped up by Lillycrop. And Day, 5 shy of the halfway line. This is the 4th tackle of this attacking set. Smith now in at dummy half to Oledsky, and Oledsky's wrapped up on the 5th and last centre field on the halfway line. Smith out of dummy half is going to kick one. A little bit too much on that one, it's gone dead. It will be the 0 tackle restart for the Bulldogs, and we've got 50 minutes gone, 30 remain, 4 tries apiece. You can't call this, Carl.
No, too close, as both teams have got defensive frailties close to their own try line. So I would say the team who dominates field position will definitely win this game.
Bradford defending, 5 shy of halfway, Batley up to their own 35. It's going to be a quick play of the ball by Haywood. Haywood gives it there to Retty. Retty offloads in the tackle to Holmes. Holmes back on the inside to Southernwood. Southernwood can't get past Peltier and Bentley, and he's lost a bit of ground there as he'll get to the feet. The former Bradford man made his debut here in 2009 against Wakefield, and Southernwood certainly still keeping in the game. They're 40 out from the Bradford line, over on the fast-hand side as Bentley locks horns with Brambani and dumps him to the turf. 4th tackle gone, 30 out. Southernwood out of dummy half. Grubber kick through. Ethan Ryan's alert, reads it well, swarmed upon, takes the ball back into the hands of the Bradford Bulls. 15 out from his own try line, and a very slow pedestrian play of the ball as Ethan Ryan gives it to Oakes. Tackle 2. Oakes plays the ball. Thomas in at dummy half. Here they go. They've got a bit of energy and a bit of as Price takes it up to the Bradford 40. Wins a penalty. That is 3 penalties now. 4 penalties, and they're on the team warning. In fact, the referee has gone to the back pocket because he's going to say it was a professional foul by Sam Smeaton, and Smeaton's gone for 10. That, to me, Carl, is incredibly harsh. But if he's put them on the team warning, what can you do? No. Bradford have the penalty count, 9-6, and it's going to be tapped by Peltier. What can Bradford do against the 12 men of Batley? Peltier drives it in, 20 out from the Batley line, in centre field. Moore, Oledsky to Magrin, 10 out, centre field. Moore, this is his arena, what can he do? Gives it to the Gladiator, Price to Thomas, to Ethan Ryan versus Retty, part 2. Oh, he's been cleaned across the shoulder there. The touch judge is on. Rain Retty could be in trouble. That was straight over the top. He's cleaned Ethan Ryan out in front of the touchdown stand, right in the corner. And Andy Sweet has another huge decision to make here. That was clinical, and in my eyes, that was in the act of a try-scoring attempt from Ethan Ryan. And I think he's just going to give Rain Retty a warning and say it's a penalty to the Bulls, another one, but the Bulls will suck all this up.
I think that's harsh. I think it was a good tackle, in my opinion, but I'm an old-fashioned front row forward.
Oh, Carl, they're all wrapped in cotton wool these days.
They are.
Tapped by Liam Kirk. 5 out from the Batley line. Bradford looking for try number 5. Will they get it? Smith in the bullet pass there to Leroy. Leroy loses his footing and he stumbles and he's brought down 3 metres out just to the right hand side of the stakes. Can Murray crash over? Murray, he's got 4, 5, 6 Batley players swarming him like bees around the punny pot. Quick play the ball. Price gives it to Thomas. Thomas, boomerang pass to Mendeka. Mendeka inside pass to Campbell. Campbell can't get past Southernwood and he's brought down in a 2-man tackle as Hallett comes in. Batley still down to 12, defending for the lives. 22 points apiece. More to Thomas, and this will be the 5th and last tackle on this set for the Bulls. Can they breach the Bulldogs line? It goes out to Moore, to Price. They've got numbers. Smith, he's kicked it forward, looking for Oakes and Ryan, but it's gone straight to Retty, and Retty's trapped in goal. Goal line dropout coming up. That was a pretty mediocre kick from Smith. It's turned into a fantastic one as Ethan Ryan and Oakes said to Retty, you are not playing the ball. You're kicking it out. Goal line dropout number 2 of the afternoon, forced by the Bulls.
If you can't score, get the next best thing, which is a repeat set. And it may have been a poor executed play, but it was a right play by Lee Smith. The execution was slightly off. But as we say, Moore, Smith and Price are dominating this game tactically.
From the restart, it's up to the halfway line. Smith takes it, gives it to Murray. 27 remaining. Bradford 22, Batley 22. All locked up here at the Province Stadium, Odsall, as Murray plays the ball. 25 out from the Batley line as it goes more to Magrin. Magrin concussed after 5 minutes last week. Passed the head test on Thursday at Tong. Good to go. Price to Bentley. Bentley misses out Thomas. It's picked up there by Retty. Retty's knocked it on. Scrum coming up to the Bulls. They're living dangerously, because if Wayne Retty had kept that ball in hand, he would have had too much toe and he would have gone herring away on the far stand touchline, around and underneath the sticks. Rugby League, Carl, a game of fine margins. That one that's gone the way of the Bulls.
There's a loose pass by Bentley. And Don Brambani gathers the loose ball, flicks the pass out to Wayne Retty. Ooh, at fingertips just put the ball down, but he would have gone the full length and scored there. So it's let off and give back Bradford field position, I think. They got the scrum.
Yeah, Bradford have the scrum after Retty couldn't quite take that loose carry in. Referee's going to stop the clock. 26 minutes remaining. Everyone's coming on, taking sips of water, revitalising, adding to some vitality. It's been a breathless game, intoxicating.
But the pressure the Bulls have created is that Bradford's 10th set of this half against Batley's 5th. They'll have twice as much ball as Batley at the right end of the field.
Halifax 8, London 6, and it's still Dewsbury 0, Hulkeston Rovers 24. Here it's 22 points apiece. Smith takes the ball from the scrum along the line to Mendeka. Mendeka to Campbell. Campbell goes behind Mendeka and Smith, doesn't want to get penalised for Shepherd, and he'll play the ball 11 out from the Batley Bulldogs try line. Moore along the line to Thomas. Thomas to Murray. Murray worked tirelessly all afternoon, plays the ball 10 out. Here goes Moore. Moore to Price, to Thomas. Thomas trying to get past Scott and he can't, and he's trapped. 2 out from the Batley try line. 22 points apiece. Over from dummy half. Moore into the breadbasket of Oakes. The Batley defence finally crumbles at the 4th time of asking, and Bradford wrestle back the lead. 25 remaining in this one. Don't divert your ears, because it's the Bulls 26, the Bulldogs 22. Kick to come from Thomas.
That's nothing more than what the Bulls deserve as well. And an outstanding fight back, taking benefit of Batley's indiscretion, having 12 men on the field with Sam Smith and Sinbin in. No, and they fully deserve that. They've started the second half really, really strong, playing the field position game really, really smart, and dominating it.
Ross Oakes' second try of the afternoon, and that is try number 5 for the season. He literally managed to squeeze in between the gap left where Sam Smeaton is currently in the bin. So Bradford capitalising on Batley's 12 men, and there was nothing that Hallett or Retty could do. And Oscar Thomas a chance to add an extra 2. 25 out from the sticks. Can he curl this one in? It's looking good. It's there! there! It's there! It's between the sticks and over the black dot. It is Bradford 28, Batley 22. I can't call this at all, Carl. It swings and roundabouts, one way to the other.
It is. Bradford deserve to be where they need to be at the moment, and as in the league, they have been the best team this half. There's a long, long way to go.
Thomas floats it out to Ryan. Ryan to Oakes. Oakes has gone past Retty. He's got Scott to beat. Retty, though, comes back with a vengeance and drags him down, though. Bradford have gone 50 metres from the restart. Here goes Ethan Ryan, tearing down into midfield, deep into Batley territory. Plays the ball 30 out from the Bulldogs line, and Murray will take him to just outside the 20. 2 tackles gone. Quick play the ball. Moore in at dummy half, decides to go centre field, goes over on the fast hand side. Back it goes with Oakes, who's on for the hat trick. Keeps onto the ball, still going. Can he find the support from Bentley? No, he can't. Ross Oakes is brought down. 5 out from the Bulldogs line. It goes to Kirk. Kirk to the line. 5th and last tackle coming up. They're 3 out from the Bulldogs line. Looking to make it 2 in 2 minutes. Price to Smith. Smith kicks through. Hallett dives on it. The danger averted. But Batley will come from deep. 23 minutes remaining. Providence scoreboard says Bulls 28, Bulldogs 22.
And I'm like you, Mick, I can't call this. The next 10 minutes is going to be huge, yeah.
Bradford, though, a 6-point advantage for the second time in this match. Batley still down to 12 men after Sam Smeaton was sent to the bin for a professional foul over on the far stand side. And Batley just trying to ebb the time away here, you feel, but they're up to halfway on the last tackle. It's going to be Holmes in at dummy half. They're going to give it to Southernwood on this main stand side. Southernwood goes high. It's a tester for Thomas. Thomas takes it ball and all on his own 20 and is immediately wrapped up there by Southernwood and Haywood. Thomas gets to his feet. A little bit groggy there, Thomas. A little bit of a knock there, you feel. He'll hopefully walk it off. And it goes to Campbell, who once again feels like he's a prop forward as he drives it in tenaciously. Quick play the ball. It goes from Moore to Price. Price lays it off to Bentley. Bentley gets up, plays the ball on tackle number 3. They're going over on the fast hand side again. It's a break there by Oakes. It goes to Ethan Ryan. Ryan has got to beat. Kicks forward. Was it taken out by Scott? Ethan Ryan regathers. Who's got the ball? The referee's going to say Batley have it. Was Ethan Ryan taken out off the ball? Carl Harrison.
Arguably, probably, yes.
The referee is going to stop the clock.
The Batley player certainly held his line.
Batley have the ball with Haywood over on the far stand side. 10 out from their own line. That was a neat little break there. They caught Batley short over on the far stand side, and it was Oakes drawing in Retty, and he sent Ethan Ryan skirtling away down this far stand touchline, and Dave Scott coming in for the kill. Ethan Ryan kicked forward, and there was a huge question mark. Did the Scottish international Dave Scott, who scored 11 tries for Batley last season when they ended up finishing 3rd in the championship and getting in the top 4, did he impede Ethan Ryan? The referee and touch judge said no. Leon Price now remonstrating with Andy Sweet as a Batley player. Mike Haywood is down in back play, and with 22 minutes remaining in this one, it's just going to allow everyone to compose themselves and get the breath back, Carl, because this is being played at a million miles.
Certainly smart play by Leon Price. It's Leon who's created the space there, attacking the space where Sam Smeaton should be defending. You know, Oates scored the try where Smeaton should have been defending, and then that line break there was created by Price making the next round where Smeaton should have been defending.
Play back on, it resumes. Batley 30 out from their own line. Risky pass over on this main stand side to Hallett, and Hallett will make 20 metres forward and he's inside the Bradford half. Southernwood in at dummy half. Batley 30 out from the Bradford line as they've literally cut the Bulls open. Last tackle play though, 20 out. It goes back there to Hallett. Hallett offloads it back to Scott. It's still the last tackle. They're still 20 metres out from the Bradford line. Bram Barney kicks one through. Thomas regathers. The error count for Bradford in this second half is just 1. They've had a fantastic opening 20 minutes. They've wrestled back an early deficit after a try from Holmes. and they lead 28-22, and Batley putting Bradford under a lot of pressure here, Carl, but Oscar Thomas really excelling at fullback.
He's been brave there. He's played well both sides of the gate there, Oscar, both with and without the ball.
Mikolaj Aledzki is going to be coming back on shortly. Liam Kirk's still out there. Last tackle for the Bulls. They're up to halfway. Moore in at dummy half to Thomas. Thomas is going to send one downfield. It bounces on the Batley 20. It's picked up by Haywood, who's back from his injury on his own 10, and he's going to be immediately swarmed upon by Mendeka and Campbell in a two-man tackle. Let's not forget the Bulls are playing with just 3 interchanges. McCarney has not featured. When do you introduce McCarney, Carl? Because the gap's certainly opening up now as both sides begin to tire.
But who would you replace him with? Ryan's dangerous, Campbell's gone really well, and Thomas at fullback's gone really well. So, and how can you get him involved in the game?
Good point. Bratley up to halfway. 4th tackle gone. Southernwood in at dummy half. Down the middle with Breverton. Evades Moore, but can't get past Murray and Magrin. 35 out from the Bradford line in centre field as it goes through Brambarney. Brambarney's going to try and turn Ethan Ryan around. Ethan Ryan is trapped dead in goal. Batley's first repeat set of the match via the goal line dropout, and just as when you think the Bradford Bulls are trying to pick up their professionalism, back come Batley. They're certainly not going to lose 2 tough championship points without a fight. We've got just 20 minutes remaining. We're on the hour mark, and it's the Bradford Bulls 28, Batley Bulldogs 22. Carl Harrison's enjoying his afternoon at Odsal.
I am. Batley have just introduced Joel Farrell, a straight swap for Brad Day. I think Brad Day's gone really well today for the Batley team, but Joel Farrell will give a different dimension.
We're just waiting for Oscar Thomas to get the restart back underway. 20 minutes remaining. 5 tries plays for the Bulls. A slender 6-point lead as back they come, putting the bodies on the line. It's tenacious play. Lillicrop gets to his feet, plays the ball. 25 out from the Bradford line. It goes out to Holmes. Holmes is going to feed in Farrell, and Farrell takes Batley 10 metres forward, 15 shy, just to the right of centre field. Batley looking for another equalising try in the corner. Dave Scott playing centre now, trying to shore up that defence because Smeaton, I believe, has just come back on the field. So Batley back to 13 men, and Batley looking to get their 5th try of the afternoon. They're just 2 metres shy of the Bradford line. Holmes in at dummy half. Bullock pass to Brambarney. Brambarney to Southernwood. Southernwood to Breverton. Breverton's coughed it up. It's gone forward. Chance gone begging there for the Bulldogs. Scrum head and feet to the Bulls. 10 out. Bulls 28. Bulldogs 22.
Batley under pressure put the ball down because of the disciplined Bradford Bulls defenders. Held the shape, got forward, and there's nowhere for them to play into, and that's what forced a mistake. Well done, the Bulls.
It's been a strong Bradford Bulls performance this afternoon. Certainly a massed improvement following last week's 30-point defeat to the London Broncos. Back they come from the scrum, the Bulls. Smith to Mendeka to Murray. He's going to be wrapped up just outside his own 20. Tackle number 1 gone. Moore to Bentley. Bentley already up to the Bradford 40, so they've made 40 metres already on just 2 tackles, the Bulls. Getting over that advantage line. Aledzki finds Lee Smith down the middle channel, but he's wrapped up 15 inside the Batley half. Could have been another penalty. Quick play the ball by Smith. He's took a knock. He's down in backfield. He finds Leroyer though, and Leroyer is going to take it up to the Batley 20. So Bradford in 3 tackles have gone nearly 60 metres. Well, met that last tackle. I must have miscounted. I've missed a few in the excitement. Thomas kicks it through to Haywood. Haywood will just trap it with that right boot. Bends down, picks it up, and he'll take the tackle. And 1 for the team. 10 out from his own try line. It's still 28-22 to the Bulls. Batley though, walking wounded. They've got to come from deep, and you know that's a daunting prospect when you've got the huge frames of Magrin and Aledzki bearing down on you. Carl, it's going to take something special from the Bulldogs, and they've turned over the ball, and it's Leon Price. That one went up like a champagne cork on a freshly opened bottle of champagne, and now they've given away a penalty. Have the Bulldogs. That was Farrell who coughed that up, and Leon Price took it, and now he's going to penalise Adam Gledhill for the flop, and Oscar Thomas says 20 out from the Bulldogs post. Bring on that kicking tee. We'll go for 2. A composed decision.
Make it a two-score game. Smart decision. Oscar Thomas, very good goal kicker. Game's been marshalled really well. You know, I can't give enough praise today on Smith and Price. They've both been excellent.
Well, we said pre-game, Carl, there's a lot of experience. They might not have the mobility, but they have the experience to do the right thing at the right time.
But also, I was impressed with the Bulls team. It's Bradford's left edge. Certainly with the ball in hand. Ryan, Oates and Bentley, all young Bradford products. Asking this Batley team all sorts of questions. Gone really well to Bradford's left edge.
A pivotal point in this match. Oscar Thomas with a penalty conversion attempt. 25 out from the Batley line. Dead set, centre field. Bradford leading Batley by 28 points to 22. This to take it out to 30 and give the Bulls a 2-score advantage for the first time in this match. With the left boot, Oscar Thomas! It's there! It's Bradford 30, Batley 22, 14 minutes remaining, and oh boy, for Lee Beattie and Jeff Tuvitt, this is going to be the longest 14 minutes of their lives.
It is. That is a fact. Just being on Batley will not go away. They will force the issue, and Batley will get another chance. It's down to the Bulls if they can defend it.
Thomas 5 from 6 attempts this afternoon as the restart is taken in there by John Magrin. Started a little bit slowly, but they put coal in the fire and is now up to full steam, making 10, make that 15 metres forward. And now it goes from Moore, doing the full 80 again this afternoon to Uledsky. And tackle number 2 for the Bulls. They're already 5 shy of the halfway line. It goes from Moore to Price. Price charging forward. They're up and over the halfway line on tackle number 3 of the Bulls. And they're looking for the kill because Batley are laying off the tackles. 13 minutes remaining. An 8-point lead for the Bulls. 30 points, plays 22 here at the Providence Stadium Odsal. Price lays it up on a plate to the Frenchman Leroy, and Leroy's wrapped up on the 5th and last. 18 shy of the Bulldogs try line. More in at dummy half, finds Smith, crossfield kick looking for Campbell. Haywood takes it, and he'll be trapped a metre out from his own line, and Bradford doing a huge, strong defensive set here. Strong defensive resilience. I'm sure they'll want to trap Batley here. They certainly don't want to come up with a penalty that lets the pressure off and gives Batley a spring in the steps. But free tackle's gone on this set of 6, and Batley really struggling now. It's going to go Southernwood out of dummy half to Farrell. Farrell with that ball carrying arm, and just what I said, no penalties. Someone's caught Farrell high, and it's a penalty to Batley. 30 out from their own line. Brambani will take them up to halfway, and they're going to have a full set of 6 inside the Bradford half, Carl.
Yeah, and Batley have just injected Alistair Leake back into the game. He was the guy who caused Bradford all sorts of problems in the first half with his pace out of the ruck. And obviously Diskin's wanting to speed the game up.
Batley will tap the ball, 5 inside the Bradford half. Gledhill to Brambani. Brambani along the line to Scott, and Scott is wrapped up. 30 out from the Bulls try line. There's a tangible sense that the Bulls, perhaps if they can withstand this set, they'll go on and take another 2 points off that -12. It goes out to Southernwood. Southernwood back to Scott. Scott wrapped up there by Magrin and Leroy. This is tackle number 4 coming up. They're 10 out from the Bradford line. Southernwood out there. It's picked up by Campbell. Campbell's picked up the pass. He's got 90 metres to go in front of him. He's got Farrell chasing him. Campbell's gonna go. It's the home run. Go, Johnny, go. Campbell's over. Try number 6 for the Bradford Bulls, and potentially the game. Bradford 34, Batley 22, 11 minutes remaining. Johnny Campbell, that was awesome, Carl.
There's not a player on the field who'll enjoy that more than Johnny Campbell, an ex-Batley legend of a player. Not had the greatest spell of time at the Bradford Bulls with injury and form. He will certainly enjoy that 90-metre intercept try, and he never looked in danger of not scoring. Outstanding effort by these young guns at Bulls.
I'm breathless, somebody. Oh. Who sings the song? Go, Johnny, go, Johnny, go.
Eddie Cochran.
Yes. Why is Eddie Cochran not playing out over there tonight? That a pivotal moment and potentially the game breaker, Carl.
I think that is.
There's
10 minutes
10
left.
minutes left. And if this one goes over,
3 score.
14-point lead. It's Bradford 34, Batley 22, and a fine margin in rugby league, and that a great example. If Batley somehow get the ball out to Haywood and he's in at the corner, it is game back on. It's 30 points to 26 with a kick to come. Instead, Campbell's picked it off, he's robbed the bank, and he's gone 90 metres. And he gets a hero's welcome as he comes back on the halfway line. Thomas, though, crucial kick. This to give the Bulls a free score advantage. 34, 22, 25 out from the line. Kicks it forward. And he's just gone to the right-hand side of the sticks. And it's Bradford 34, Batley 22. Carl's enjoying a bit of banter with his siblings. What did James Harrison say, Carl?
He just said, how bad are we? And the Shawnee people don't know, he does play for Batley, he's not selected today. Short kick-off.
Batley go for the short kick-off though. Mendeka takes it, evades Hallett, looks for the offload, he can't, and is formed upon there by Southernwood. Southernwood could have been pinged for an elbow in the tackle, but the referee happy to let play continue as it's with Johnny Campbell again over on this main stand side. Well, that was a spectacular try from the former Batley man. He'll certainly enjoy that one. And we've got 9 minutes remaining. Bradford 34, Batley 22. Aledzki.
He's played well. He's played well today, Aledzki.
Drives it in, fronts it up, takes the pain and punishment, and he'll play the ball 40 out from the Batley line. Price offloads down the middle. Here goes Oscar Thomas. Thomas with Scott to beat. Thomas is going to apply the acceleration, and Thomas goes over. 6th try for the Bulls. That's it. Good night, Vienna. Bradford will take it down from -8 to -6.
Magic of Leon Price and the crafty footwork of Oscar Thomas. Nice offload Price. And a nice 40-metre carry and sidestep round the fullback stop by Thomas to score. The game is well and truly done. Well done, the Bradford Bulls.
Bradford's 28th try of the season, and another picture pearler. Oscar Thomas took the inside pass from Leon Price, and he had Dave Scott to beat, and he went in front and around, and Scott not quite got the energy or the athleticism to turn and chase, and Thomas, a superb 40-metre effort from nothing down the middle of the park, and he touches down 10 to the right-hand side of the sticks. 8 minutes remaining. This goes over, Carl. It's 18-point lead.
You must admit, in the context of the game, of where Bradford Bulls are with the team they've got, this is a huge, huge effort by everybody concerned with this club. Batley are a very, very good team, and they're being put to the sword by a very well, certainly in the second half, disciplined, nearly full completion Bradford Bulls. How many times have you said that this season?
Thomas makes it 40 points to 22. 8 minutes remaining. Bradford lead by 18. And you've got to say, Carl, there's not been many comebacks of this magnitude. This is probably the game now for the Bulls. Although Batley will fight to the bitter end. They go for the short one. Bram Barney. Oh, it's been picked up by Mendeka. Mendeka's got field open in front of him, and he's going to be brought down by Leake. 10 inside the Batley half, so the short kick-off didn't come up for him again. Aledzki to Peltier, along the line to Murray. Murray can't find Bentley, and he's wrapped up 30 out from the Batley line. Bradford smell blood, They're hunting more points, more tries. Peltier is running his blood to water, still going forward. Ross Peltier is like a wrecking ball on acid, and he's brought down. 5 out from the Batley Bulldogs try line. Bradford hunting try number 8, you feel. It goes out to Price, drops the shoulder, can't get past Scott there, and he's wrapped up, and he loses a couple of metres, but Bradford still firmly inside that Batley Bulldogs 10-metre line, and Leon Price wants to argue a point there with Dave Scott at dummy half, and he'll play the ball more there, gives it along the line to Aledski, and Aledski's wrapped up, and now it's blown up in back play. The touch judge is on, Leon Price, everyone's getting involved, someone's thrown the ball. We don't need this, Carl. Oscar Thomas now pushing and shoving. Aledski's involved. Yeah, the referee's got a lot to sort out here.
Yeah, I think Leon Price got involved with Dane Manning, I think it was. And the ball was played, ball went away, and it sort of escalated behind the play. And everybody involving the touch judge, the physios, the runners, everybody's on the field at the moment trying to sort this melee out.
I think the penalty's potentially going to go against Leon Price. Somewhat obviously it happened that he didn't like in the tackle. The referee, to be fair to Andy Sweet, I think he's had full control of this game, unlike his previous encounters, although there has been a yellow card that turned the game because in quick succession Ethan Ryan and Ross Oakes crossed to turn a 22-18 deficit into a 28-22 lead. And Andy Sweet is talking to both touch judges in centre field. 10 out from that Batley line.
Leon Price is still mouthing. I think it's at Gledhill he's mouthing at.
Yeah, number 8, Adam Gledhill. And the referee.
Frustration by the Batley team. That's what caused it. Leon didn't like something that happened.
Leon reverberating round the Providence Stadium, Odsall. The clock has been stopped. 6.5 remain. Bradford Bulls 40. Batley Bulldogs 22. It was 18 points apiece at half time. In the second half, it's been tries from Ryan, Oakes, Campbell, and Thomas. And the penalty, as suspected, is going to go to the Batley Bulldogs. And the decision is Leon Price shoving at the play of the ball. And I think the referee's got that right, Carl. Leon just let his frustration get the better of him.
I think he did. I think the referee has played well today. This will be an interesting tackle.
Who is going to take it? Well, it's going to be tapped by Leake, and Leake's brought down 8 shy of halfway. The war cry now reverberating round Odsall. Bradford have just got 6 minutes to go to hold on, and it's now another penalty. Penalty count even itself up. It's now 11 penalties to 10, and Bradford just letting a little bit of ill discipline creep into the game, but you know, you can't look at the scoreboard and rest on your laurels because Batley will certainly hunt to the bitter death. It's going to be tapped there by Leake, gives it to Manning. Manning turned in a 2-man tackle by Bentley, and Peltier plays the ball 18 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line as Batley surged forward through Gledhill, dumped on his side. Aledski and Murray in the defence for Lee Beattie's side. Quick play the ball by Gledhill. Leaking at dummy half, gives it there to the big prop forward Mayer. Will Mayer wrapped up, he's on top of the line, can he get there? No, he can't. Scott Moore went for the legs. They're a metre shy of the Bradford line. They're looking for a comeback of historic proportions, Batley, but they can't squeeze through, and that's one-man rugby from Brambana. He's not getting past Peltier, Leroy and Murray. Here goes Leake. Peltier swarms upon him, gives it to Mayer. Mayer to Farrell. Farrell bullet pass to Manning. Manning to Smeaton. Smeaton to Retty.
Nice
Retty,
tackle.
can he get there?
Nice
Retty's got the ball down. The referee, though, is going to say knock on by Wayne Retty. The try will not count. And I think that's the moment you can say the Bulls are turning -8 to -6 with 4 minutes remaining. The Providence scoreboard. Bulls 40, Bulldogs 22.
Yeah, try saving defensive play by Bradford's left edge there of Oakes, and Ethan Ryan stopping the powerful Wayne Retty scoring what would have been a really well-worked try. The Bulls deserve this. 4 minutes 42 left on the clock. Another 2 points on the back for the Bulls. What's that minus what now, Mick?
-6. Lady scores in the Kingston Press Championship. Dewsbury Rams 0, Hulkington Rovers 48. It's Halifax 19, London Broncos 6. So London are going to have a defeat warming up ahead of their match on Friday evening against the Toronto Wolfpack. That a game you can hear myself and Mark Hobson call on Live Sports FM this coming Friday night from 7:30, and it is Rochdale 14, Oldham 6 after it being 0-0 in that first half. So certainly some interesting scores. The most important one we feel is Dewsbury with no points yet again. Bradford though, from that scrum, they're 30 out from their own line as Leon Price breastfeeds the ball to Peltier. Gives it now to Murray. Murray up and over halfway, and this will be the last tackle. And Batley, someone's going off. He's gone to the back pocket. It's Manning.
Dead Manning.
Manning's been sent off. I'm not sure what he's done, but the referee went straight to the back pocket.
He knocked Leon Price. He followed Leon Price on the field.
He sent him off from the field. He pointed the finger, and Manning sent off here at Odsall with 3.5 minutes remaining. Batley will finish the game with 12.
Yeah, Leon Price gave a nice little unprofessional little wave as he's walking off the field. That's been brewing in back play for quite a while, that one.
Are you happy with the red card?
It was a yellow card.
Was it a yellow card?
Yellow card, yes.
He pointed the finger out. I'm not sure.
He pointed the yellow card because he sat on the bench. If he'd been sent off, he'd be down the tunnel.
Right, I do apologise then. Bradford, they didn't find touch though on that penalty, the 12th. And here come Batley. They're over on this main stand side with Haywood, and Haywood is brought down, ball and all, by Mendeka. The 10 metres out. We've got 3 minutes remaining. So in the confusion, if it was red or yellow, it is a yellow card, but he will play no further part. It is Farrell with ball in hand. To Lillicrop, to Gledhill. And Gledhill's wrapped up there by Leon Price, who's certainly been heavily involved in this one.
Played really well today, Leon.
Over on the fast-hand side, 10 metres out from the Bradford line, Farrell drives it in. Bentley and Oakes and Ryan, the three homegrown players, bringing down Farrell a metre shy of the line. Bradford 40, Batley 22. There's a bit of a hospital pass there, has to reach forward. There's Alex Breverton, and Breverton's going to try and go round Peltier and surge forward, and he's brought down there 5 shy of the line. And it's another penalty, Carl, to the Batley Bulldogs as the penalty count slowly evening up here, and it's going to be quickly tapped. 5 out, so the pressure continues. Mayer drives it in. Peltier in the side, Leroy also in there. 2 minutes remaining. 40 points to 22. Leaking at dummy half. Finds home. Inside pass to Brambani. And that is Batley's 14th error in this match. And it's got to be said, Batley playing pretty much like Bradford did last week, Carl. And it goes to show, you give away 12 penalties, 14 errors, you've no chance.
That, unfortunately, is the ass of this game. If you're loose with your execution and mental prowess, you're going to get beaten. And Batley have just been a little bit loose and gifted Bradford field position. And Bradford have been good enough to take the chances when it's happened for them.
So the final 90 seconds of this one, and the scrum head and feet to the Bulls. Scott Moore will take it out. Campbell in at dummy half. Bradford not happy to waste time and run the clock down. They're really still taking this game to Batley. A lot of enthusiasm out there. James Bentley trying to go for the line break. Brought down 10 shy of halfway. There's more messing around at the play of the ball. Another penalty. It is the 24th penalty of the match, and it's gone to the Bradford Bulls. They lead the count 13-11. Scott Moore finds touch. 40 out from the Batley line. There's got 50 seconds remaining. We'll ask Carl for his BCB Bulls man of the match at the end. We're on air till 5 o'clock, remember, and we're also going to hear an interview about women's participation in sport, because it was International Women's Day on Wednesday during the week just gone. Aledski drives it in, 30 seconds remaining. Bradford 20 out from the Batley line. They're looking for try number 8, you feel here. Goes out to Smith. Smith on this main stand side finds Mendeka. Mendeka palms it to Campbell. Campbell puts the icing cake, the candles, and that little sprinkle dust on the cake. and it is Bradford 44, Batley 22. The hooter sounds in the background. What a victory for the Bradford Bulls. Morale goes sky high. -8 into -6. Featherstone won't fancy the chances here next week in the Challenge Cup, Carl.
I've not properly worked out yet. Have Bradford been that good, or have Batley been atrocious? I'd like to think it's the Bulls who've been outstanding today. Some of the performances, certainly of Price and Smith and Scott Moore, have been really, really good, and some really, really well-worked tries and brave scores at the end.
Oscar Thomas has a bit of a knock to the right knee, so he has given the ball to Ethan Ryan, and Ethan Ryan will attempt the conversion attempt from this main stand side. Carl, compose yourself.
I think he's got 2 left feet, right, and he's right-footed.
You're his agent. Can he kick goals?
Let's see.
Ethan Ryan from the main stand. It was a valiant effort, just 5 metres to the wrong side of that right-hand upright. So Ethan Ryan's first goal kick in his professional career ends not successful, but in the end it didn't really matter because the Bradford Bulls have run out here 8 tries to 4 as Batley's ill-discipline and composure in the second half saw them come up with loads of penalties. They had 2 players sent to the sin bin, Smeaton and Manning. The last one, Manning, that was this ridiculous play, having a grudge against Leon Price. But really, I think